even if I took a chance. It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow, I think I'll chew it.
I think the whole of Brooklyn, especially Park Slope, can now breathe a sigh of relief. I know that the twins' mother are feeling some type of relief that this man is in custody. I mean, people on TikTok and everywhere was hunting and looking for this young man. Everybody was looking for this man, and we all knew he fled, New York and went to Jersey, and that once people started talking about getting at his parents or whoever they could get to get to him, he negotiated a deal to turn himself in. And I guess he was using this time of fleeing New York and going to Jersey to get himself a lawyer. The family helped him get a lawyer, and helped that the lawyer in turn helped get this deal where he turned himself in. He went from one precinct to another precinct where he got charged with 3 different things. So I'm just happy. I'm happy the family can get some, at least a little bit of peace knowing he is in custody. Now, the true peace is when the sentencing happens. That's when the true peace comes into effect. When they sentence this man, that's when the peace come into effect for him. So let's listen to what's going on with the situation. I'm glad that this man is in custody.
Has been charged with the murder of a 19-year-old woman. Police say she was stabbed to death outside a bodega in Brooklyn when she refused to give him his number.
All right, Fox 5's Linda Schmidt joins us live from Park Slope. And Linda, you're hearing the suspect actually turned himself in.
Yeah, he absolutely did that today. He showed up here at the 7A precinct. He turned himself in, and he had his lawyer with him at the time. Now, the 19-year-old victim and her twin sister, they were together last Sunday, and that is when she was stabbed to death. And police say the reason he did it is because she rejected him.
If you knew the twins for 19 years of their life, no one deserves to lose a child. She did not deserve that. She did not deserve that. That mom will never be the same.
Samyia Spain, just 19 years old, stabbed in her neck and chest at this deli in Park Slope, Brooklyn, after a chance encounter with 20-year-old Veo Kelly. Her twin sister was slashed on her arm.
Her dad, Stephen, is lost. Those are his twins. Those are his babies.
The parents asking Yvette Ramos, a lifelong friend, to speak on their behalf. Police say Kelly, who had too much to drink, flew into a rage when Samyia would not give him her phone number. She and her sister did not know Kelly, had never seen him before. But to pacify him, she gave him her Instagram handle.
Okay, she don't want to give you her number. She gave you her Instagram. That still don't give a reason to kill her.
Deli owner Mohammed Al-Bahar watched the girls grow up. They and their family frequent his store.
We feel really broken hearts,
Authorities say Kelly has at least one prior arrest for robbery. He turned himself in this morning at the 7-8 precinct.
I spoke with LaShawn, her mom, and she would like to thank the detectives on the case. 7-8 got a good team for homicide, and they did their job. They did their job, and I thank them from the bottom of my heart.
And Samyia's birthday, by the way, is next month. She and her twin sister would have celebrated their 20th birthday together. Back inside to you.
Unreal.
As he was being taken into custody, a lot of people had a lot of things to yell at him as he was getting put in the car.
What would happen if somebody did that to your sister and your mother? What would you do? What would you do in 3 places? You're gonna rot in jail, bro. You're gonna rot in jail. You ain't making it. Just know this last whoop was your last. Was your last whoop. Your last whoop. Because you know we got a sister.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you? What would happen if somebody did that to your sister and your mother? What would you do? What would you do in 3 places? You're gonna rot in jail, bro.
This woman, I don't know who she is, but she had a lot to say to that young man. She had plenty. And this is stuff that's been, people were talking about on TikTok, all over social media. That's why, this is one of the reasons why the dude negotiated this, him, turning himself in and getting a lawyer and this, that, and the other. And he fled out of Brooklyn because it was hot. People were actually really looking for him. It was even rumored that somebody had actually, sometimes, like one of those vigilante bounty hunter type people that don't turn into person was actually looking for this young man. So with all of that heat and everything, all that pressure and everything, and you can hear her, she's saying this right in front of the police as they're taking this young man into custody about him not lasting in jail and everything. Like, whoever it is, there's a few of them that are just going off as he is being taken into custody. The cops ain't telling them to shut up or nothing. Looks like the cops ain't even particularly, they ain't feeling homeboy at all, and they ain't trying to offer no real protection. But we'll see. We'll see what happens when it goes to trial, and we'll see how much time he gets, and we'll see what happens when he gets locked up. That's going to be the true test, all of that. And I think if he don't get life, folks in Brooklyn ain't going to be too happy if that man don't get life behind bars. I don't think it'd be safe for him to be on the streets. I don't know. What y'all think? Hold on. Let me see if I can find the other audio. This is why he came forward, because folks were threatening mama, sister, grandma, everybody. Like, everybody can get it, because you didn't show no mercy to, this teenager, this sister, this twin, because she rejected you, you did. It is so sad over a rejection. There's plenty of people that would take you up and get your, give you their number and stuff like that. She rejected you, didn't want you. You make this big damn fuss at the bodega. They lock you out, trying to protect themselves. You try to attack the bodega owner. But see, this also goes back to why the police wasn't called. Because if y'all remember Felix Guzman, you remember that little boy, that young man who was about 15 years old or something years old, and he ended up losing his life in the Bronx to the gang, and the bodega people, bodega owner or whoever, didn't want him in the store. There is a thing that the mother was trying to put out, try to get a law in effect where there would be some type of buzzer or something that the bodega owner or the people who are in the bodega or store could press. And it would automatically silently call to the police and have the police show up. That did not get passed. Imagine if it did get passed and this situation, that twin could have been alive. Honestly, somebody should have called the police, and those twins should have stayed inside of that bodega and waited till the police came to take that man into custody. But you know what? They shouldn't have to do that. A no means no. Who raised these people? That you can't even reject a person and walk away. I was looking at TikTok and I was reading comments of different people going through different situations that when somebody says something to them, they run. They run. They run, try to get into a store. They try to get a car or Uber. They try to escape because of that fear of if you reject them or something, they could do something to you. And this is something that people in not just New York, but all over are saying. And it's been an issue for a long time, especially in New York. There was a guy who's mentally ill who stomped a female out in a train station. And she was, somebody tried to actually save her and they were getting beat up and they fled and called the police. There's another incident where a woman who had acid poured on her. It's 2 years now, and nobody has been caught yet for that incident. These incidents happen all the time. Like, I wanted to do a live on my personal thing, but I'm like, it still F's with my head. Like, I had a lover, try to unalive me and my friend because I didn't want him anymore. So this is a real problem of people not being able to accept rejection and no meaning no. Now, did these people go too far in what they said?
In your mother.
Did they go too far in the things that they said? Or is this just anger and rage? I mean, when you lose your loved one, you will see a lot of things at the time that could be incriminating. And I think I understand how they honestly, all bets are off when it comes to your family. All bets are off when it comes to your child. All bets is off when it comes to, your kids, your parents, your family. All bets are off. Should they be saying all of that stuff where they could be recorded? Maybe not. But you can't judge them. Can't judge them, but to involve the person's mother, sister, all of that, I don't know. But the same way the twin is innocent, same way the mother or the sister or the grandmother, whoever, is innocent of having anything to do with the situation, that twin who lost her life is innocent. The other twin that got stabbed too and is healing and now has to deal with the fact that her other half is gone for the rest of their life. That's some pain that we can't even comprehend. So I kind of understand how they feel that, and saying what they're saying to this man, this person, this murderer who took a life easily, took a life over rejection. What the hell's going on that we can't handle rejection anymore? Like what really is going on here? We can't handle rejection. No means no. We get told no all the time. Our parents told us no growing up. Shoot, we go to apply for a job, we get a no. We get told no all the time. Why is it so hard for these men to accept it? And there's women out here doing some ish too now. Men is not the only ones that doing some grimy stuff. There's some women out here doing some stuff too now. It's on both sides of the fence. Things got to change. They need to change some laws when it comes to these bodegas and stores that you don't want to be involved. Okay, cool. Call the police. Call the police. And I'm going to try and reach out to Felix's mom so she could talk about the law that she was trying to get passed to help people, to save lives, to save the store owner's life, the employees' lives, and our lives. It could have probably saved Felix's life. Felix, Guzman, it's just sad. A young lady lost her life, and her birthday's coming up. And now her sister, who's alive, it's going to be the worst birthday for her. Hands down. This birthday is going to be so rough for her because she has to now celebrate it by herself when she was a twin. I doubt she's going to celebrate it. This young man is only 20 years old, y'all. That's right. This man is only 20 years old and charged with murder after a woman killed because of rejection. And this is, of all places, Park Slope, Brooklyn. Didn't I grew up in parts of Park Slope? I used to play there, walk around there, eat pizza. Well, it's probably considered one of the safest affluent parts of Brooklyn. One of them. And this happened over there. I know them people in Park Slope are shook up. So the suspect who allegedly stabbed she's only 19 years old, outside of a Park Slope bodega early Sunday, has surrendered to police. Veo Kelly, 20 years old, walked into the 78th precinct with his lawyer on Friday for questioning. He was later charged with murder, assault, and criminal possession of a weapon. Police say Kelly, who is not from the neighborhood, so he's not from Brooklyn, he's not from that neighborhood, he might be from Brooklyn, but not be in that Park Slope neighborhood, spotted the 19-year-old and her twin at the bodega after coming from a party hall down the street. Both the twins rejected his aggressive advances inside the bodega, which they were known to frequent. A fight broke out as the victims attempted to leave the bodega, and police say the suspect stabbed both women, not one, but both women. One twin was stabbed in the neck and died from her injuries. Her sister was stabbed in the abdomen. These are 19-year-old girls. But she survived. Family and friends had been posting his name on social media all week with a photo from a phone camera that caught glimpses of his face that night, asking the public to help the police find him, and the public really turned out. The public turned out in droves to help. They knew when that man left out of New York, they knew where he went to Jersey, they knew where he was and with his grandma, they knew everything. Now they are thanking detectives for tracking him down. Yvette Ramos has known the family for decades and was asked to speak on their behalf. You know what that is for that girl to wake up and say, my sister, I can't call my sister? The family alone will never be the same, no matter how much time he gets, and that's true. His arrest is a step towards justice for a young woman who was planning to go to college and was getting a late night snack just on her way home. Can you imagine just being on your way home after having a good night with your sister? And all of that just changed because you reject someone? Now the family is left emotionally broken Ramos lost a son to the violence and says the heartbreak never goes away because you can't build your child back together. So they will have to learn to deal with it. You don't have to accept it. You learn, and you're going to learn it takes years. Sources say the police have searched Kelly's home and found evidence, including the clothes he was wearing the night of the murder. The family is getting ready for her funeral next week. Y'all, what do y'all think? This is just like, it's a 20-year-old child. A 20-year-old child has now ruined his life. 20-year-old child ruined his life. That's it. His life is over. He might end up with life in prison. And you know how prison justice is. His life is over. This mother's life will never be the same. This sister's life will never be the same. The people that saw this, saw it happen, they're never going to be the same. When you see somebody lose their life in front of you, you're never the same. And please, I hope none of you be angry with me for saying this, but they should have stayed inside that bodega and not unlock that door. Stay in that bodega, keep the door locked, call the police, let the police pick these people up. If they would have just stayed in that bodega and called the cops, could things have been different? But it's kind of too late to ask about, could it be different? I guess. 19-year-old twins and a 20-year-old young man making a wrong decision. Letting the alcohol and his rage and his problems of not being able to accept rejection has cost a life. And y'all gonna get mad at me, but I'm always seeing women, and I need to see more men upset about this. Y'all, you can get on me all y'all want, but I want to see more men upset about this. I do. And I hope things change in our community, that we get treated more like queens and protected. That's all I got to say. Y'all comment if you want to comment. But this right here took me out. 19-year-old twins. I got twins. My brothers are twins. I'm thinking, imagine if one of my brothers is not here over something silly. And I can't even, I don't even want to think like that. So I can imagine what she's feeling. I can imagine how it feels to lose a child. No, it's too much. Things got to change, y'all. I don't know how we could change the community, but something got to change. Something got to give, y'all. Seriously. I'm 20 years old and life is completely over. And I know the family and friends and people in New York are going to be fighting to make sure that man gets the maximum sentence of life with no possibility of parole. So just like that, his life is done. One life, at least he'd be alive. One life is going to be behind bars for the rest of their life, 3 meals in a cot, and another one is going to be 6 feet in dirt, when it could have been just a walk away, except rejection. You know, there's millions of women, millions of people on this planet. If one person don't like you, there's plenty of fishes in the sea that might like you. But it kind of seems like it's almost like a ticking time bomb. Because the person kept coming back, they said. He kept coming back and arguing with different people. Fighting. A bad decision could ruin your life for the rest of your life. And his is ruined. His life is ruined. And I don't know, his family's life might be ruined too, because who had him? Who was holding him? What custody? Who was he around when the cops were searching for him to turn himself in? I don't know. They could charge somebody with accessory. You don't put somebody, your family at risk too for accessory. Because the police have asked you to turn yourself in. You are wanted for murder. So we shall see how this play out in court. On that note, I'm done. It's the week. It's the weekend. I'm just gonna say a prayer for her. Y'all pray for her, and let's pray for that. Like, pray for some more love in the community, and just something gotta give, something gotta change, because it just can't keep going on the way it is. Men angry at women, and women scared to even look at a guy. You know, you're scared to even go on a date with somebody because the person might do something to you. It just can't, like, it. You know, this world it's got so cold. It's got so cold and so cruel that you don't even want to leave your house to even venture out, because you are safer in your home, because the world is so cruel out there. Wow. You can't even leave your window open at night to get some air because you worried that somebody gonna crawl through your window. You can't even break up with a person because they might come back to try and get you too, because they can't deal with rejection. I've seen this plenty of times on Snap and what is it? Those whatchamacallit, stories about how they turned, or the evil in your home and the evil that's in your house, and you know, all these stories of we breaking up with somebody and you try to move on with your life with somebody new, and they come and they murk you. It's like either people need to deal with their mental health. Maybe that's what it is. Thank you for the 17, 18 people that's watching. Maybe people need to deal with their mental health. Real talk. Maybe it's mental health issue. Or maybe people need to deal with rejection, but something needs to be done, because this keeps happening year after year after year of people unaliving people because they can't deal with rejection or the fact that the person has moved on or does not want to be bothered with you. So when does it stop? When does it stop? When does it stop? When do we say enough is enough? Either it got to be stricter laws, or we need to start promoting mental health and people getting therapy for their, intrusive thoughts that they let right, or like control them and do these crazy things, taking people's lives. You now have a woman yelling at this young man as he's getting carted away, saying that this, your sister and your mama's next. Hey, people are starting to believe more in that Bible of an eye for an eye. We all go blind. Something got to change. And something has to change. When I know, for me personally, when I rejected my lover, I went out and you know what the fuck? Excuse me, I'm trying not to cuss, but you know what the messed up thing is? I know in the early 2000s, I was hanging out with my best friend. My best friend. This is another thing about watch the company you keep. So it was me, my best friend, and we all went out drinking. And a couple of the people went out. We all went out as a crew, and we all were drinking, having fun, everything. And so we decided to hang out in one of the neighborhoods, by somebody, one of the friends' houses, and chill, listen to music, smoke some cigarettes, drink whatever, and just chill. It got late, so my lover, the person I was messing with and dealing with, and also a coworker to me. So not only he was a lover, he was a coworker. Comes up to me and is like, okay, let's go. It's time to go home. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to go home. I'm just gonna chill with her, because that's what I came out with, and we're just gonna hang out. Da 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 da. My lover did well. Ex-lover. I'm saying ex-lover, not lover, making it seem like he's current. But ex-lover did not like that at all. And he turned around in front of another man. Another man was right there who's 6'3" tall. And my ex-lover was like about 5'9". My ex-lover slapped the living spit about my mouth. Every bit of the Bacardi, rum, and lime that I had was spit out my mouth because I did not want to go home with him. He slapped the hell out of me, and the other guy stood there and just watched. And I knew him. And that guy knew my father too as well. Did nothing. So he took off and left with my best friend. Yeah, left with my best friend. Went to go get some liquor and some cigarettes and stuff. So I go back and tell one of the male guys that were there, friends that I was hanging out with. All of us all know each other. So I go back and I'm holding my face and I'm like, I guess the look of shock and just look of, I don't know. I must have had this look on my face and they're like, what happened? And I told him exactly what happened. Now, keep in mind, this guy is no more than 5'6" compared to the other guy who's 5'9" and solid. And the ex-lover comes back around and with my best friend, and the guy approached my ex-lover and said, hey, did you hit her in the face? Did you hit her? You don't hit a woman. So he was sitting in the car with my best friend, the lover. So the guy opened up the car door and proceeded to choke him. And have some words with him like, you don't put hands on a female. You want to put hands on somebody, try me. So they got in a fight with each other, a little fight. Where the guy basically put hands on him. And my ex-lover and my best friend take off in the car. A little while goes by. I'm like, where is she going? This is supposed to be my best friend. She takes off with him. Maybe half an hour goes by. I have to go to the bathroom. So me and the guy leave to go to the restroom, While I was gone, I want to say thank God. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, any of the saints, whoever you want to call on. I say thank you for bladder problems because of drinking too much. Because you know what? If I didn't have to go to the bathroom, I would be not here today. I wouldn't be here today. The best friend took my ex-lover to his house and he got his weapon. Yeah, he went and got his weapon and came back, showed the weapon to people on the block. And I find this out after returning. Yeah. Oh, you just missed so-and-so. And he had a weapon. And he was looking for you, and he was looking for him. Really? And my best friend brought him back. My so-called best friend brought him back. So you know what? This whole Shanquella situation, this situation with these twins, the situation with that young lady who lost her life because of so-called friends, and they put her body underneath a mattress. All these things, you got to be very careful of who you hang around and who you lay in bed with. You got to be careful of even of the person that walks by you and say hi to you. You got to be very careful. Now, would I ever thought or believed that the person that I lay next to and had in my bed would do something like that? That I gave my body to and do something like that? Hell no. But I think that my best friend would help him go home and get the piece. I think she was just too drunk and didn't even realize what the deal was. But that doesn't excuse it. Now do it. No. So this story of these twins triggered the living hell out of me. And these recent stories that are happening in the news is very triggering because, in just a blink of an eye, you can lose your life because of rejection, because a person can't accept rejection. I thank God for my guardian angels that kept me safe. Seriously. I thank God that, he wanted me to live. Because I could have lost my life easily over a drunk person making an impulsive decision because they were rejected. Just that easy, I could have lost my life. Just how easy this twin lost her life. So that's just to say that, something got to change. Either people need to leave the alcohol alone because they can't handle it. And when they drink, they become a beast and they become another person and do things that they normally wouldn't do. So maybe they shouldn't drink. Or maybe some people got some mental health issues that they need to go and get treated. Or maybe we just got we got some people around us that are just pure flipping evil and are just waiting to snap. Either which way, y'all be safe out there, okay? Be safe. Because these people walk among us. They could be a lover. Sometimes they could even be a parent sometimes. Jeez. They could be even your own child. Or it just could be a stranger that you are just walking past on the street. And you're just minding your business. So just have your wits about you. Don't argue with these people. Walk away. Call the police. Have 911 on speed dial. Call the police. Have some mace on you. If they could try to follow you or do something, mace their ass and run and scream. Mace and run. Mace and run and get away. Call police. Yell for people to call the police. Just be safe out there, yeah, because it's wild. A lot of people just don't give a damn. And the few people that do give a damn that are just trying to survive. Yeah, I'm done. Just talking about all of this just really just like, wow. I'm just so happy I'm alive. I swear to God. I could have lost my life over some stupid rejection. And that's real. So when I saw that story about those twins, yeah, I could relate. Yeah, I damn sure could. But the only difference is I was dating or messing around with this dude. So you think I should have been way more safe and had less risk of being unalived? No. These folks out here can't deal with rejection. And the crazy part is that ex-lover is still roaming out here. I don't know if he changed. But he's out there. Probably still, hopefully he changed after being beat up and after, some telling other people about the situation and him being approached about it, because he didn't realize I knew other people that he knew, and those people approached him. So hopefully he did change after all of that. But with that type of anger and that quickness to go and get a weapon, I kind of doubt it. And that's scary to know that he's still out there. Thankfully, he's not in the same state as me. Whew. So at least in that part, I can rest a little bit easy. Y'all enjoy your Friday night. And I want to thank every last one of you that tuned in to watch. All 25 of y'all. Thank you. Y'all have a good night and be safe, okay? Bye.